It must have been a massacre! Bones everywhere! How in the world did Glevissig harness so much of the power?
Do you always get so excited at the sight of skulls, Death Mold?
Scoff all you want, I speak of magic! The kind of spells that win wars. Thousands incinerated in seconds! Power, destruction, annihilation!
Yes, after which Sabrina Glevissig was burned at the stake, and the Pontar Valley remains within Edern's borders.
Edern is a carcass, still showing life signs, but the realm's days are numbered. No peasant revolt can change that.
You're wrong, Death Mold. This country lives. I can feel it. Like an old wounded bear covered in scars, hounds all round it, but still strong. Still deadly. This will be a good war.
Sire!
But sire,
Long live the king!
barons won't dare stand against you. You shall see that shortly. I've prepared everything. Baron Fellet has forever hinted that he would gladly change his name.
Fellet is unparalleled scum.
The other nobles are panic-stricken at the very thought of Saskia with her peasant and non-human rebels. They are unprepared to fight and know it very well.
And Demiven's cub? Has he named his price?
Prince Stennis has yet to respond, but Fellet has assured me.
I must see him. Look into his eyes. I'll know what he's made of then.
We most humbly greet His Majesty Henselt, King of Kedwen, heir to the dynasty of the Unicorn, Lord of Ard Caraig, Archduke of Banard, and Vanquisher of Nilfgaard.
Welcome to Edern.
How much do you want?
Your Majesty surely jests.
I couldn't be more serious. How much for your signatures?
100,000 Novigrad crowns, we thought, to each of us, and the titles of Marquis.
Ooh.
We speak of Upper Edern, of coal and silver mines, numerous factories, the sole white marble quarry this side of the Yaruga, and the North's main east-west trade route.
We speak of Lawmark. I advise you to adopt the new nomenclature.
In exchange, we shall swear fealty and acknowledge your majesty as sovereign of these lands.
You'll receive 50,000 apiece and no additional titles. Also, you'll provide guides and supplies to my army. My men will install themselves in your castles. Your armed men will gather under Sorcerer Deathmold's command, and will set out to quell the peasant rebellion.
Sire, the common folk will hate. They simply won't understand.
Yes, Fellet, they will hate you, but at least this way, you'll live. Comfortably, I might add. Refuse, and die. By my hand, or that of Saskia the Dragon Slayer.
Sire, we accept your conditions.
Deathmold, the scroll.
Sire, there is yet the matter of Prince Stennis and his rights to these lands. So long as he lives, so long as the prince lives, he'll force his claims.
Then kill him, Fellet.
Sire, I'm no warrior.
In that case, shut up and sign.
Sire, the Dragon Slayer approaches, white flag in hand.
Excellent. Let her pass.
What are you waiting for? Pick up those quills and sign.
Just out of curiosity, what does Upper Edern sell for these days?
50,000. How much would you have demanded, lass?
King, command your vulture to shut his beak before I thrust his cockerel up his arse and twist so hard he'll crow until noon reverts to morning.
Sire, you must have her restrained.
Shut up, Deathmold. I've rather taken a liking to this Saskia. Say your piece, woman.
King, Withdraw your army, recognize Upper Edirne's sovereignty and your persecution of non-humans, and give them leave to quit your realm. Do this and save yourself and your army.
You have balls, woman, but what would I gain? My soldiers would call me a coward. I am Henselt of Ard Caraig. I'll not run from a woman, even if she be a dragon slayer.
I see one other solution. You and I, King, here and now, before these folk and the gods, I challenge you. As in the old days, when the Honourable ruled this world, Upper Edirne to the victor!
The lass has gone mad. To challenge a king.
Sire, this is absurd. We shall crush them in battle. They say the lass has slain a dragon. She could be dangerous.
Precisely why she makes a worthy foe. Don't disappoint me, Dragon Slayer. Please show me how it's done. Begin!
Facing one another in a chivalrous duel shall be Henselt of Ard Caraig, King of Kedwin, Sovereign of Caingorn and Malior, last of the line of the Unicorn. And Saskia, the wench who killed a dragon. The victor shall take Lormark. May the gods settle this. Begin!
Draw your sword!
Stop! Stop in the name of Creve, Freyr and Melitele!
Hey, halt!
What's with you, Zivik? Booze Major Batty? Thought you recognized me.
I'll be ploughed and damned. Why the hell did you bring him here, Roach?
He's a witcher.
I know who the whoreson is. Ploughing Kingslayer at the gate of a king's camp? Why, he's not even bound.
Easy, lads. The witcher's no murderer, I'll vouch for that. As for kings, well, I desperately need to see yours.
You're in for a wait then, Mr. Special Mission Knight. Don't move, mutant! One of you go get the sergeant, and while you're at it, fetch a solid piece of rope to bind the freak.
Come on, Zivik, no need for that. Where'd you say the king was?
Out in the field somewhere, negotiating. Hey, Kingslayer, drop your weapons, or do I need to pack a bolt up your arse? Don't move! Don't even twitch, mutant! Hands where I can see him! Shoot! Smash the freak!
What the fuck?
I don't know, I was supposed to be saying something.
These spectres were my soldiers. It's Sabrina's curse.
Eternians are here now.
My sight, we have to go in.
Endure, friends! I must focus enough power for the spell! Stay close to me!
What the hell? Where did the sun go?
It's an eclipse. Somebody cast a curse. We have to get out of here. Spectres are only susceptible to silver and spells.
I'll try to disperse the fog.
It's Glevisic's curse. She's out to kill me.
Stay close to me, sire. It's not far away.
Let's hope so.
It's Prince Dennis. He lives.
Dissipating. We're near its end.
Made it.
Deathmold, Sheeler, meet me in my tent. You're to explain what the hell happened there, and how we're to get rid of it.
As you command, Your Majesty.
I'll tolerate no delays on this matter, and summon all my company commanders.
Immediately, Your Majesty.
Corporal, I'd like you to watch the Witcher closely. He just pulled me from a magic hell, so I doubt he wants my head as he took full tests. But I'll not have him wandering round the camp like some stray dog. Occupy him for a time, then bring him to my tent.
Sire, I must request an audience.
Later. I'll see my mages first, then the Witcher.
Ah, just lovely. And here I'd hoped for a calm little war.
Know where I might wet my throat around here?
Roach, willing to vouch for this overgrown urchin?
He did not kill Foltest or Demavend, if that's what you're asking. You've got my assurance on that.
Good enough for me. Let's go then. Yes? Hello? Our armourer. Busy as ever with military commissions, but he'll take a private commission from time to time.
Say something, or did you just fart?
We don't have all day.
Hello.
Ah, we're here at last. The canteen, the most important place in the camp. If you ever get bored, you should find a monster contract or two on the notice board.
Mm-hmm.
Take care. I'm a bit scared of going against the Saint. The enemy have fed you their propaganda. Ah! But what if she's truly an anointed virgin? Ah, don't worry about it.
Here's where the king organizes tournaments. All glamour, ceremony, noses and cocks in the air. Between those, we kill time thrashing about with swords, pikes, chairs, the works. Good stuff, no holds barred. They pay well too if you know who to talk to and who to bet on. Excuse me a moment, Witcher. How did the fight go?
You've a nose for this, Civic. You won again.
My gold?
You gonna bet on more fights today?
Of course. I'll come by later.
Morons.
See him, Witcher. Loosen his bonds a bit and he's liable to jump at your throat like a rabid mutt.
One of Yorva's Skoyatel. How did you capture him?
Scouts found him wounded in the ravines. Someone massacred a small unit. The boy said it was a bloodbath, as if the Reaper just swung his scythe right through them. Whoever attacked them was very strong.
Any idea who it might have been?
No, But if they manage to ambush elves in the wild, I'd rather not meet them.
Right, Civic. Let's go see the king.
How's it going, lads?
I can't feel me ploughing feet from all this standing around. Any chance you'll be sending up some replacements?
In an hour. Open up the gate. The king wants to see the Witcher.
Yeah.
Go straight to the royal tent. You can't miss it. I've a few things to take care of.
Godspeed, Civic.
I'll be near the main gate if you need me. So long.
Ha! A Witcher!
The king must have summoned him to fight the Wraith.
Nearly as I up my
What's the
is it the deep.
You sure they're that big a secret? I mean, they could be important to me.
I can reveal one thing. The Emperor was very moved to hear the White Wolf had returned. He asked me to investigate the matter personally and submit a report.
Why do I interest him?
He didn't say. His Imperial Majesty keeps his motivations to himself.
Foltest was a good king. Shame he ended that way.
I've already conveyed the Emperor's condolences to Constable Natalis. Since we're talking about Temeria and Foltest...
Why do you ask, Excellent?
I heard the two of you are... close.
Mages have a natural tendency to disappear into thin air once in a while. Why is anyone concerned?
Maybe they wonder if witches locked in dungeons possess the same capacity. You're avoiding the subject, which... Have it your way, I shan't press. But I'll ask one more question.
Of course you're...
I mentioned Triss because, I must admit, I am perturbed. Mages are known for their mutual envy and rivalry. I wonder if there's any matter that could unite them.
Perhaps you could be a bit clearer, Excellency.
Then I shall ask directly. Do you know anything about Marigold's involvement with an organization of sorceresses? Assuming, of course, that you are, theoretically, or have been, close.
Maybe she's involved, maybe she's not. Triss has her friends and I have mine.
Undoubtedly. Wandering poets, dwarves with terrorist contacts, and special forces agents.
It's certainly true you diplomats are experts at gathering information.
How else would we negotiate effectively? Learning all there is to learn about other countries is a necessity. Nevertheless, I thank you for your information. Was there anything else?
Why are you so interested in this organization of sorceresses?
I wonder about some strange coincidences. I'm told several of them were seen in the vicinity when the assassination attempts occurred.
What's so suspicious about that? Mages have always thronged around monarchs, the source of power and coin.
I'm not accusing anyone. I merely said it makes me wonder.
I saw you with Foltest before. Now you're with Henselt. No doubt you'll visit the King of Redania next.
I need not go far. Radovid is en route to Lochmuin. Perhaps he has already arrived. We'll meet there.
Lochmuin? An ancient elven city quite a ways away, near the source of the Pontar. Why there?
The mages wish to re-establish their council. They sent out invitations to all the kings.
Damn it! This is a brothel, not a military camp. Come in, Witcher. I wish you to feel at ease, as this is an unofficial audience. You helped me in the mist, thus I surmise you do not seek my death.
Peace and quiet, sire. I need to clear my name. Though I tend not to meddle in politics, this time I believe I have no choice.
You must answer quickly and unequivocally. You must be clear, Witcher. I'm in no mood for excuses hiding behind professional codes and trade secrets. Did you kill Foltest?
No.
Do you know who did?
A witcher named Letho.
Do you know each other?
I don't know. I have amnesia. Letho has suggested he knows something about me. It's possible we met before.
There's an old Kedweni saying, a bitch will never bite another bitch. 100% accurate where sorceresses are concerned.
I don't
To
think
the
that's
matter
true,
at hand,
but
sire.
whatever.
De Tarnseville claims this Letho is in the area. Is that true?
Yes.
What does he want here? My head?
He's hiding from Yorvith and his Scoia'tael. I don't know his plans.
And you aim to get him?
I do.
Last question. Do you know who had Foltest and Demavend assassinated? Who's behind the Kingslayers?
I don't know, but I'll find out when I find Letho.
My spies have confirmed your words. I suppose I must believe you. Now to the other matter. The mist, the wraiths, all that magic shit holding up my campaign. My mages, as usual, have proved useless. They blather on about higher magic, delayed curses and other hogwash, but nothing comes of it. This matter must be settled with a sword. A witcher's sword. Will you manage this task?
Yeah, I'll manage.
Excellent. Lift the curse, and you'll learn the meaning of royal generosity. And even should you fail to catch this Letho, I shall help you clear your name. Consider Deathmold at your disposal. He'll give you all the necessary information. Also, you are free to move about the camp and its environs from now on. Now, leave me alone.
As we forged our way through the fog, you claimed it was Glevisig's curse.
Sabrina Glevisig's. She was a sorceress, my former advisor. I ordered her bound to a wagon wheel and burned alive. While dying, she cursed me and my lineage. That was 3 years ago.
What did you condemn Sabrina for, sire?
Is that important?
Sire, we're not talking about a fortune told in a tent on market day, nor about some curse cast by a novice mage. This curse caused a solar eclipse and summoned hordes of specters. We're dealing with a complex spell that operates at several levels. Uncommon knowledge and skill were required to cast it. Lifting it will be even more difficult. If I'm going to deal with it, I need you to cooperate.
Ah, the plague. So be it.
What did you condemn Sabrina for, sire?
1 year after the Peace of Sintra, I fought Demerven for Lormark. General Vandegrift commanded a part of my force. He forded the Pontar and joined battle on this field. It raged until evening, when Sabrina Glevisig decided to take matters into her own hands. Fireballs rained down onto the battlefield. 3,000 men turned to bloody, charred meat scraps. The fire consumed Kedwenis and Adernians alike. Knights boiled alive in their armor. Mad beasts howling with pain. War is for the honorable. When the likes of Glevisig enter the fray, it turns into hell.
Sire, do you remember the curse itself? What exactly did Sabrina say?
All she said at the time has been fulfilled to some degree. A star adorned with a bloody braid will cut across the heavens. Square coins from maritime depths will beguile the hearts of fools.
Coins?
Deathmold found a few such coins among soldiers accused of treason.
What drove Sabrina to attack her own army?
I've heard none, not even speculation. She was my advisor, a member of the Council of Mages. For years I was forced to tolerate her excesses, schemes, court scandals.
Was she loyal?
Ha! Only to herself.
The curse was cast 3 years ago. Any sign it's been active in the interim?
My son was killed during a hunt.
Anything strange or unnatural occur at the time?
A rabid boar ripped open his femoral artery. I witnessed it. An accident, nothing more.
The curse was activated today. I need to know why.
As we negotiated, a fight broke out. I killed a priest of Creve. Perhaps that.
Maybe.
Witcher, a word, if you will.
spoiled my day. Bloody hell.
You have no idea how delighted I am to work in tandem with you.
True, I have no idea.
Better times approach, Geralt, you shall see. I trust you're not bothered if I refer to you by name.
Not at all.
Wonderful. I feel we shall become great friends.
That remains to be seen.
Shake my hand, Geralt, to mark the beginning of our friendship. Don't worry, I've no poison needle up my sleeve. I believe one can learn much about a man from his handshake.
Learned anything?
You have the handshake of a warrior. Strong, decisive, dominating. You're the conquering type. The kind women love.
I was asking about the curse.
Oh, of course. What would you like to know?
Did you notice that not all the specters were aggressive?
Most would disappear when we neared them.
I think the curse's power corrupts the ghosts of those who died in the battle, turning them into draugrs.
Draugrs, is that some professional name you witches have for specters?
They're demons, Deathmold. Draugrs are demons of war that arise on battlefields where the fighting was vicious and the slaughter particularly bloody. They are hatred and bloodlust in condensed form.
The name matters little. Do you know how to rid us of...
A silver sword's enough to send them to their rest. But as long as the curse remains active, new ones will appear. The soldiers' ghosts are the key.
Don't delay. Grab your sword and start reversing.
I'll need some symbols of war that belonged to the soldiers who perished here. Artifacts symbolizing hatred, death, courage, and faith. They have to be magically active and linked to those who died. Without them, I won't be able to summon the ghosts.
Well, I've no idea how to find them, apart from which I know little about war symbolism.
I'll deal with the artifacts. I have another job for you. Have you dealt with curses before?
I've cast a few in my time. One victim sprouted donkey's ears and a tail, another's house burned down. Nothing too serious.
Shame. Have you removed curses, lifted spells?
Never had the chance. But I mastered the theory involved. Best in my class at the Magic Academy.
They don't teach you about curses like this one at Banard.
Glevis's curse is a 4th level blood spell. It's also known as the Archmistress's curse. A misnomer, for they've been cast by generally crazed mages or priests, not necessarily women.
You've done your homework. Explain this blood curse to me.
An ordinary blood curse is a trivial thing. You let a little of your own blood. Best done at midnight, surrounded by lit candles.
Sabrina had a whole pyre around her. Tell me about Glevisig's curse.
Read about it for yourself. I have all the necessary literature. In fact, you only need the great encyclopedia of curses, spells, and prophecies, and a volume compiled by Tesside of Vries and Margarita Loantil, Masters of Magic on Curses Selected Writing.
Quite a tome. Are you sure Sabrina cast the curse?
Positive. Curses of this kind are cast rarely. There have only been 6 confirmed cases.
How many confirmed cases of their being lifted?
1. By a team of mages led by Archmistress Francesca Finderbear, whence came the curse's other appellation. In any case, Sabrina Glevisig was part of that team.
Small world, and one that just got a little uglier.
That's not all. The curse that Francesca and Sabrina dealt with was meant to end the lives of the last of the Tyson dynasty, the rulers of Kovir. It was cast by Scarlet Rodalega, a very talented but completely mad man. A prophecy and an activator were also involved.
I see. Sabrina just stole her curse from this Rodalega.
Precisely. Beside which the king himself and a company of armed men witnessed her casting it.
Why is Henselt still breathing? He killed the priest. Why didn't he burst like a ripe tomato under a dwarf's heel?
Perhaps Glevisig wishes Henselt to wait for imminent death.
I don't think so. I know a few sorceresses. They're mean, true, but they also want results. Sabrina cast the curse while roasting at the stake. Not the most comfortable circumstances. I suspect she botched something.
Are you suggesting Henselt may be safe?
I'm suggesting he could be saved, provided we cut him off from the heart of the curse, the Battle of Specters. It's the weakest link.
How could we do that?
I don't know yet, but I suspect I could summon Sabrina's ghost and force her to free Henselt. First, I need to learn the circumstances of her death. We've got our comet and murder. What about the coins?
We have those as well. Not enough for you?
No. Why do I get the feeling I've stumbled on some shameful secret?
A state secret.
If you don't tell me, your head of state may soon lose his head.
There's a plot afoot within the military. Those involved share a symbol, a square coin adorned with a fish. Let's do this. I shall in no way hinder your investigation, and you will reveal to me anything you learn. Should I happen upon anything related to the curse?
You'll let me know. So be it. If I'm not mistaken, you need blood to cast a blood curse.
Precisely, unachievable otherwise.
Sabrina was bound to a wagon wheel. Where did she get enough blood?
She put a spell on a soldier who gave her a coup de grace. It was easy, the minds of some soldiers are so uncomplicated. Sabrina needed one of them to strike her, shorten her suffering, but complete the curse. However, this is where she erred. That whore performed miracles, gathered the power, got the prophecy and activator right, but fell flat on her face on the simplest thing at the end.
Don't get so excited.
She chose a fool, a bungler. I heard he thrust 5 times with his spear, yet the witch's soul would not quit her corpse.
There was no one guarding the pyre?
It was one of the guards the sorceress chose for the task. His comrades were irate. He spoiled the show for them. The king was no longer anywhere near.
In any case, blood flowed and the curse took root.
Yes, but the harlot got her due.
You're gonna help me, Deathmold.
Of course, as the king ordered.
Listen up. You'll do the paperwork. I get the feeling you like it. I'll need a number of protective runes to summon Sabrina's ghost. They need to detain the sorceress's ghost and anything else that enters this world with it. Find something for me in your library. The runes need to be easy to produce. I haven't seen any artists around here. Apart from that, the Draugrs are likely to begin their forays in search of Henselt. When they leave the battlefield, they'll grow weaker. Your men should be able to handle them. Just equip them with silver-plated weapons. Henselt could also use something silver to defend himself. Over the entrance to his tent, hang a wreath of cinquefoil and fool's parsley. Inside, a fire fueled by juniper branches must burn at all times.
Where will I get so much silver?
Melt down your collection of pots for all I care. Just get it.
Those aren't pots, they're silver vases of Nazaya.
Last of all, give Henselt an instructional talk. Explain that I'll need him.
And what will you be doing? Drinking ale and fondling the camp women?
There's that, yes. Though I'll also prepare to summon Sabrina's ghost and figure out what I need to send the fighting specters back to the afterlife. I'll drop by and give you more work as I learn about this curse.
How did you divine that you might recover your memory by lifting the curse?
I don't like people poking around in my life.
Learning about others is my job. I must know the secrets of all who wish to approach the king. I've no problem admitting I like the work.
My past has nothing to do with Henselt.
You don't know that. Do you know why I have no friends, Witcher? Because sooner or later I learn all their secrets, which is followed by interrogations, torture, executions.
Just leave my past alone.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their eggs until this mist lifts.
Oh, look, it's Odrin.
Get up, you piss pump. Your friends are worried sick about you.
What? Where am I?
Are you Aldrin?
Aldrin. That's right. And that one was a cunt runt. Not a proper her, you know? I was all la-dee-da, I'll ply you nice, I say.
Listen, Aldrin, you're so drunk a single spark and you'd be a torch. Now straighten up and shut up or the guards won't let you in the...
So I says, I says. Square, schmer. What square? What the fuck fish do you mean? I wanna...
Tell me about the square fish later. We gotta get...
Me mitts? Oath?
Calm down and...
Oh.
Calm down and stand up straight.
Darn. Up. Yes, sir. I'm going where I'm going. And I'm not going...
Don't worry, he's sober.
I'm not going. Halt! What's that corpse you want to drag into the camp?
Private Audrin. He's sick.
Looks like he slept in a vat full of booze. And smells like he fell out of a dwarf's arsehole. Why, you limp arse prick?
Audrin. King Henselt's in danger, and this is the...
That's right. And
Shut up, Audrin.
it's important.
You better believe it.
The commander catches him in the camp in that state. He'll skin him alive.
Not my concern. If you want, report it to your commander.
All right. But I warned you. Come in.
Come on, Audrin.
With you? Never.
Calm down and let's go.
After you talked all that shite about me. Piss off of me, you treacherous louse. Giving me up to the guard. Well, I'm not going anywhere with you.
Okay, so you can fail that quest by not sucking up enough, I guess. Good thing I quick saved. Didn't I? I don't know. I gotta walk all the way back again. This is why you edit, because if I didn't edit, you would have to watch this entire thing take place. Twice.
Private...
Look way.
King Hens... Shut up.
Dim.
You better... Tough life.
Aye.
And the pays.
Don't I? 30 gold.
All right.
Where do all these drunk? I'm back! I won! Yeah!
Shut up, Audrin. Let's look for your friends.
Uh-huh. See, I'm going to take me in.
Audrin, stop fucking around and get up.
What? Huh? Who are you? Oh, right. Wait a second. Oh, did you see that? Something just flew past my head. Aldrin! Aldrin! Bats! 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 Bats!
Still looking for coins. What else am I to do?
Aldrin!
This
Where
is
are
driving me crazy.
Aldrin? Here, boy! Hello. I'm done with this cursed place. Bloody comet.
Maybe now help.
Where coins? Bats! Swarms of them!
Audrin, stop fucking around and get up.
I'm going where
I don't have to hear them yelling about Odrin for the rest of the game.
I'm not going. I'm going.
How did you wind up here?
I'm buying.
Ever see a witcher spreading coin around? Well, ever.
A first for me.
It all depends on the company.
Hear that, cocksuckers? Now step the fuck away from my best mate.
Beer inspires great conversation.
No, that was beautiful, what you said.
So, what are we going to converse about?
I'm looking for work. Think Henselt could use a witcher?
Deathmold would make better use of one.
Aye, he'll cut you up into bits and look at them neath a scope. Like a frog.
Shut it. Deathmold's got long arms and even sharper ears.
Henselt trusts Deathmold. I think the king knows what he's doing.
He don't know shite. I stand by it. Deathmold's got him under his thumb.
Quiet down.
Folk are happy, though. That's what's important.
Folk have had Henselt about up to the top of their helmets. Things go on like this, they'll knock his fat arse off that throne. He don't look to his soldiers no more. Forgotten us, the ingrate. Well, it's no surprise they want to get rid of him, huh?
Audrin, shut it.
Geralt's like a brother. I'll keep no secrets from him.
Who are you talking about?
A knave, greedy and cruel. Kills for pleasure. The son of a bitch has magic armor and plays tough. Thought he could do what he pleased until he caught Deathmold's eye. Now he's hiding. Too bad about them other lads. If Trott's caught, he'll give them all up. Heads'll roll, I tell ya. Some peoples have come together to plot. They wanted me to join them, but I was too busy. And I don't trust this Trott. Them other coiners is all right, but Vincent's a greedy sadist.
Where can I find them?
What you mean, where? The brothel, of course. Ask for Whistling Wendy.
I'm not looking for a whore.
Once you have her, pay attention now. Tell her you want her smile to open the gates of
Still looking for coins. What else am I... That mark. Bomb. As long as it...
Well, it was here yesterday.
Oi, what you doing here?
I heard Zivik can't wait for you to get back.
Plough it all. If we miss muster, he'll have us flogged. Get us out of here, will ya?
You came here on your own. You can get back on your own.
This place is crawling with drowners. I mean, we'd have stayed in our tents on our arses. We're safe in the circle, but 3 feet...
All right, we'll go back together, but let me look around first. Apparently, it's bad luck to tread on the ashes.
Okay.
Strange aura. Let's take a closer look. Carved from a solid piece of stone. Candles, amulets, coins.
I take things so bad, so something bad happen.
Candles. The stench is worse than square coins adorn. I guess the plot. Let's see. People seem to be staying. Glad to know I'm not the only one to desecrate this site. Animal tracks. Dogs, wolves, except for cats. Their tracks are everywhere. One even napped on the pedestal. Triss once told me cats like to sleep on intersections. They clearly like this. Sabrina was nailed to this wheel. Something protected the wheel from the flames. It's hardly scorched. Fresh holes and splinters. Someone's pulled nails from the wheel recently. I better take one. An unnatural stillness typical of intersections and places where streams of the power meet. I need to bring the king here. I need to reenact the execution. If I can only summon Sabrina's ghost, I need to know what happened here. Witnesses of the execution, they're the key. If I can... 2 leads. Sabrina's cultists and the nail thief, who's obviously immune to the aura of this place. Who cares enough to bring all these things here? Nothing interesting.
Yeah, you gotta like draw something later on once you get through the main missions of the game.
You've looked and touched your fill, right?
Did you light those candles?
We did.
What's it to you?
Burning them for Sabrina?
To you, 'tis a waste of...
Feel their eyes on you. They're watching us.
Don't you believe the visionary?
Old idiot. It's his fault we ended up here.
Who is this visionary?
He's behind all this.
I believe him. He lives deep in the valleys.
Did you see them burn the sorceress?
3 years ago. We both served under Henselt then. But only the...
They say the king never wanted to make a spectacle. Some soldiers never come here, but others visit the circle to check the remains.
You're just like them. To you, it's only a superstition to make money.
Like that shitbag who trades outside the...
You're mistaking me for...
Really?
Here, take it.
Really? Ta!
How did you manage to avoid the drowners on your way here?
The visionary was with us.
I don't like...
Thought you'd want...
I know at least a few places I'd...
Beats me why they've been fighting over these hellholes for generations.
I get goosebumps every time I go outside the palisade.
Guess Civic was right. We should have sat on our asses.
You'll be whistling a different tune when the mist lifts and we attack Vergen.
The visionary's a right bastard leaving us here.
I believe him. He says he hears voices.
My nan heard voices too. Her mouth would froth up like a dog's and she'd shit all over. When my old man couldn't take it anymore, he axed the hag to death.
God. How many more can there be?
Drowner lairs. Not the best spots for picnics.
Curses on him! If it
we owe you all. We can't let Civic catch us.
Don't shit your pants. Sabrina saved.
Just think, in the next game, you might be able to climb those mountains. Well, not those ones specifically, but mountains like them. The regular Breath of the Wild.
The rebellion never even. The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coins. Grown lads with their arses in the air.
Freak. We need to talk.
What? No, hello, good morning. Pucker up and kiss my ass? Nothing?
Hello.
Good morning, White Wolf. Will you take some tea? It's a fortifying beverage.
Some other time, maybe. Can you make anything out of these notes, sorcerer?
Where did you get them?
Unimportant.
And you've no notion what's in them?
Wouldn't be asking if I did.
They describe a very dangerous ritual. Practically pure necromancy. The sort that gets you burned at the stake.
Be specific. What kind of ritual?
One to summon the soul of an evil man. A man evil enough to wander the world after death. Souls of this kind gladly enter into covenants in the hope of being sent into the beyond.
Why would anyone want to deal with evil?
The possible reasons are many. You'll always find people willing to sell their souls in exchange for something valuable to them. I'll gladly buy the scroll.
I thought necromancy was forbidden.
Oh, it is, but I'm an avid collector of manuscripts containing forbidden knowledge.
I think I'll keep it. Maybe I can become a... I need magic powder to mark out the runes.
Are you aware that the formula requires powdered camphor resin?
I am.
Then you must also know that the resin is extremely valuable.
Get Henselt to pay you. I need the powder to do the exorcism, reverse the prophecy, and release him from the curse.
You should have said, I'll give you as much as you need.
Thanks, on the king's behalf.
I've one more thing you might find useful.
What's that?
You asked me for protective runes. I've done better. Take this grimoire, which details many. I believe there's even one for syphilis. I've marked my recommendations.
Thanks. The plotters. I know where they meet.
I knew I could count on you.
Is that enough for you then?
One can tell a real man, not by how he begins, but by how he finishes.
What else do you want from me?
I shall give you 4 of my men who'll be near at hand and provide backup if something goes awry. They'll stay out of sight until summoned. Bring me one of the plotters alive. I have many questions. I must know who's behind all this.
The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the coins.
There it is.
What do you want?
The soldiers you were looking for.
Oh, the idiot. But, your reward.
From what I can see, you and the men love your king.
He's like a father to us.
I'm sure it's a great honor for a humble soldier like...
Last time it happened, we was on the march. We hit them so hard, he came around, gave me a friendly punch in the gut, laughed and said, "You are one true son of a bitch. If you'd not been born among swine, you'd probably be king." That's how he is. Humane and all. He's really got a heart.
Charming bastard.
I heard there's a man living outside the camp known as the Visionary. Ever met him?
The soldiers talk about him, but I've never seen him. If I ever do, he'll...
Did you see Sabrina's execution?
Wish I could have, but only the 5th Company was sent there. What she did to the boys. Believe me, I've seen a lot of monstrosities in my life. My brother died during a coup in Rhind when a mage boiled the blood in his veins. Also, I once saw a soldier raping a dead elf woman. But 3 years ago, people melted like lead. Something you can't forget, Witcher.
There's a soldier by the inn selling scraps from Sabrina's execution site.
I know. The damn quartermaster. This business of his suddenly everyone believes a splinter in your pocket'll protect you in battle. Half-wits.
If the relics give them courage, so be it.
So far, all those candles have only brought us some tent fires. I'll tell you one thing, Witcher. In combat, I can count on my sheep. Many of those boys will die in... I want them to be afraid. If they're dumb and put their trust in rusty nails and ashes, they won't have a hope in hell.
Did you participate in the battle?
I did. And I fought. But I'd rather not go into it.
The spirits of those who died in battle are now in combat on that field. I want to help them, but I have to know what happened during the battle.
Oh, the plague. Listen then. The fighting started in the afternoon. The Dun Banner was first to attack. We were ambushed, cut off from our main unit and devastated. Bloody scouts and Sabrina Glevesig, who was supposed to mind the battlefield. By then, the battle was in full swing. Wherever you see those damned furrows, people fought there. The Edirnian lines faltered a few times, but we couldn't crush them because of Seltkirk. Yes, we had the Visitor. They had Seltkirk of Gullet, the invincible White Knight, Edirn's finest swordsman. Wherever our forces gained the upper hand, he'd appear and reverse the fighting's course. Then, Vandegrift himself went into battle. He met Seltkirk in the middle of the melee. It was a battle of titans. In the end, the Visitor hacked Seltkirk and sliced the White Knight from his head to his balls. Then, death fell from the heavens. Lumps of burning soil flew through the air. The whole valley was on fire. I owe my life to Priest Crest, our chaplain. He led me out of the battle and went back for the others. He had a medallion that protected him against fire. He led everyone out, including the Edirnians. But the flames got him in the end.
What happened before the battle?
We forded the Pontar on the third day after the autumn equinox. The Edirnians were waiting for us. I remember the banners of Vengerberg, Aldersburg, Gullet. Knights, armored infantry, peasants. General Vandegrift, commander of the Kedwennies, had less than 4,000, including the elite Bearheads and ourselves, the Dun Banner, veterans of Brenner, hated by the Edirnians more than the plague. But above all, we had Vandegrift the Visitor. Maybe he was a bastard, but he knew war like nobody else.
Did you see the duel between Seltkirk and Vandegrift?
From a distance. At the time I was on that hill, and they were somewhere over there. It was their second duel. Earlier, in peacetime, they'd met at a tournament in Ard Caraig. Seltkirk won then. Vandegrift's sword cracked and the Visitor had to yield. After the tournament, he had a new sword forged by Kedwen's best mages and swordsmiths. That's how Loathan came to be.
I think that means hatred in the Elder language. Pretty pretentious.
They say a sorcerer cast a spell on the sword and told Vandegrift the blade wouldn't crack as long as he remained invincible. The mage got 50 lashes and was the last to mention any such nonsense.
Who has Vandegrift's sword now?
When the Sea of Flames died out, the looters ran amok. They found Seltkirk's chainmail, which survived somehow. Maybe it was magical too. Vandegrift's sword went missing. The boys in the camp claim the female dragon slayer has it, but I wouldn't even try talking to her.
Who's got Seltkirk's chainmail?
A certain Vincent Trott. Low nobility, in the army since forever.
Where can I find him?
That's a problem. Deathmold wanted him arrested after they found a square coin on him. Some of the officers and noblemen want to get rid of the Black Ones. Those coins are their side. Anyway, Vincent's a swashbuckler. He thrashed Deathmold's people and disappeared. Those with the coins won't say a word because they're scared of Deathmold.
You mentioned the priest.
A really good man. He was with us the whole time. I don't know how true that is, but he led me and many others to safety.
Who has this medallion?
King Henselt. I saw it once. I don't know how he got hold of it, but he definitely had it.
Were you at Brenna?
Ah, yes. Cut down more Black Ones there than anywhere else. The Redanians were in disarray on the left when we joined the battle. Same with the Temerian regiments in the middle. We arrived just in time. Menno Cohorn commanded the Nilfgaardians. He was some leader.
What happened to him afterwards?
He refused to flee, died like many others.
Do I have this right? You served in the Dun Banner?
Did indeed. Henselt's never commanded a fiercer group of warriors, and he never will.
I didn't see the Dun Banner in the camp.
And you won't. The unit's no more. Ensign Eckhard Hennessy carried the standard into battle for the last time 3 years ago.
Glevisig's magic?
Worse. The Edirnian troops, the bastards. The Dun Banner, the pride of Kedwen, lost its standard and almost all its men. The Dun must prevail. It's been in worse shite than this. 7 Edirnians to each one of us. We had no fucking hope. 200 men went into battle and less than 70 came back. But that's not all. Only a few survived to this day. The boys couldn't handle it. Suicide, firewater, fistek. A few became highwaymen. They ended up on the gallows or in ditches. Memories can also kill you, and soldiers don't always deal with them well.
I have to find that standard.
I heard it lies in the catacombs neath Bergen, alongside my mates. Hey, if you're thinking of going there, I ought to give you my beaver skin cap. That's its rightful place.
Thanks, Civic. So long.
Have you heard?
Salutations.
It's a lot to go over.
Greeting. Hello.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their eggs until this mist lifts.
It won't just disappear.
Spoiled my day.
Does the name Vincent Trott sound familiar?
A traitor. He did some damage in my ranks. If you know where he's hiding, I've some issues I'd like to discuss with him. The tools are already in the fire, but the rogue seems to have donned an invisibility cap.
I believe he has Seltkirk's armor, one of the artifacts.
My investigation's at a dead end. I know not where he is, and I'll soon need to resort to more radical methods.
Hold off a bit longer. If he escapes...
There's no way to do so. My people guard the ford, and I doubt our brave Vincent could make it past the specters.
You must know a lot about the Wild Hunt, as one of the reigning majesties among mages.
I simply cannot concern myself with folk tales about corpses flying about on intensely emaciated steeds.
The Wild Hunt's no myth. Spoken to the king yet?
Indeed, he was delighted to hear he can be cut from the curse.
Great, because I need the medallion of the priest known as Crest. I heard it's in Henselt's possession.
He'll give you nothing until you free him from the curse. Truthfully, I believe I understand him. You have a good chance of perishing when you confront the Draugrs.
Give me a break, Deathmold. The two of you are just afraid I'll leave this entire mess in your hands.
Ah, that is something I do not fear at all, for I know exactly why you are here. As for the king, you may curse him and scold him and call him a fool if you wish, though it's not something I would advise.
Learn anything new about the curse?
The mage on the other side of the fog is also probing the battlefield. A sorceress.
How do you know?
You shall know them by the fruit of their spells. Magic differs with the brain type that generates it. The female mind is simply laid out differently.
It could be Triss.
No, Witcher, it's someone far more powerful.
See you.
Walking.
Looking for coins.
Quick! You'll be safe here. Over here, inside the candles. Quick! You'll be safe here. Over here, inside the candles. Quick! You'll be safe here. Over here, inside the candles.
Oh, whatever.
We're safe. I awaited them. They were to come bearing gifts. I heard their cry.
Rot fiends attacked them, but they managed to escape with their lives. Weren't up for any more adventure, though, and went back to camp.
You listen. I know those soldiers. And I know they do all... What you want from me? I'll not believe...
Yeah, you're right. I need to learn some things, and few are willing to talk. Sabrina Glevisig's story.
Listen, I'll not speak with you until I get... Though I do provide charitable help to the...
I've heard a lot of good things about you.
Wonderful. Listen then, for I'll not say this twice. If your intention...
Where?
Twin Lakes, I have...
Is that all?
Before you kneel to meditate, you will drink the mixture I shall give you. You must then remember all that occurs. That's very important, as you'll need to recount it to me fully.
All right. Too old for this.
Giant chicken, lots of wooden pot.
To know about that one.
All right.
Huh?
I did what you asked.
Tell me what you saw.
You may think I'm as mad as you are, but in my vision I walked through a forest where the trees were huge mushrooms and a giant chicken walked between them, pecking at the underbrush.
You have no idea how happy I am. I've been having this vision of a giant hen among mammoth mushrooms for weeks. I thought I'd lost it, gone insane. Turns out my herbs must have gone off. I need to gather new ones, but that's my concern. Ask me what you will.
You must know a lot about Sabrina Glevisig's death.
Sabrina the Martyr left the world of the living to protect us all.
Did you hear about the curse Sabrina cast on the king?
Of course. A well-deserved punishment. The king concocted a cruel fate for the sorceress, humiliated her, bound to a wheel and placed on the stake. But when the flame reached her maiden waist, not a single cry could be heard. Let a shooting star split the heavens and mark its mortal journey with a braid of blood. Let fools be duped by the sight of fish scales, turned by magic into square pieces of gold. Let the unicorn violate thousand-year-old rules, prompting a just punishment. Sabrina suffered so badly that a merciful soldier ended her torment.
Why the candles? What's the difference between Sabrina and other mages burned at the stake?
Others were strong in life. Her power bloomed when death wrapped it. She took the soldier who ended her suffering under her kind care. He never had to fear walking alone in the dark again. Have you seen the area? It's full of beasts and monstrosities. Jahan, the merciful soldier, has walked in the blaze of our power ever since.
Now, back to... Tell me again what you know about Sabrina.
What exactly?
Now, who are you?
Our descendants will decide who we...
The valley's been engulfed by a...
It's a place of horror. If you want to soothe their pain...
I won't achieve anything without some...
Faith, courage, hatred, and death. There was too much of... But I remember Seltkirk of Gullet, Demaven's champion.
Who were you before?
What does it matter? Look at the candlelight.
I can't hear a thing.
Then you're not ready?
Why do you need so many candles?
This is Sabrina's flame.
Did you rob a convoy of wax sellers?
I make the candles myself.
Any chance of finding that spear?
It was so long ago, Witcher. But I believe the spear went to another soldier.
I know who you mean. So long.
Salutations.
Relics are...
I found footprints at...
Why would I? You found them.
Yet your boots are black from ash.
Shh. All right.
Do you remember the sorceress Sabrina?
Same as all the others. Looked like a young nympho. Had an old hag inside.
Where did you get these things?
Trying to compete with... It's too good a...
Do you believe in the power?
You mean the relics? They'll believe in any... If kissing a rust...
Did you see Sabrina's execution?
Sure I did. I was in the 5th Company. I remember the if only I had that spear.
You know Jahan well?
He despises me now. We were called up at the same time. We fought under Henselt together. Why did they send him to that ferocious battle? He cracked when they burned Sabrina. Then he went to the dogs. He pissed away all he had on drink. I was the fool who followed him and brought everything he pawned around the inns. That's how I got the spear.
Do you remember the...
Same as all...
I know you have the spear, yeah.
I told you about that. And I thought the old freak was trying to forget that...
I need that spear.
Tough luck, Witcher.
What happened to it?
Look how similar we are. You want...
How much?
What are your customary takings on a contract?
The fate of your king depends on that spear.
All right. Since you put it that way. You see, when Jahan lost his head for Sabrina, by then Jahan had already hidden in the hills where no one dares to vent. Beats me why the beasts don't attack him. A fisherman who supplies the canteen said that some monsters hate the smell of fish oil.
What did you do with the spear?
Sorry to say, I lost it in a dice. I lost the spear to a soldier who later fought the squirrels in the forests of the Pontar Valley. He told me he'd used it to kill some Scoia'tael big shot. I heard the shaft cracked as if there'd been some fucking jousting tournament. The most interesting thing is that big shot is still alive. I heard he's now with that vixen from Edirn. Some frigging commander. Elves are weird creatures. Who knows, maybe he still has that spearhead.
Yorvith.
You know him?
I'll tell you for 100 orens.
Bah!
So long.
How'd you do?
What do you want?
Can I talk to him?
You're all right. I've heard you've been helping our lads. Talk, but be quick.
Bloody information. You from Europe?
I'm proud of it.
Maybe. I'm responsible for you being captured.
I don't understand.
I warned Jorvik that the Kingslayer had betrayed him. Your leader's alive because of me.
You lie! You're not one of us.
Never claimed to be. I'm not interested in your fight, nor in that of the humans. I have my own goals. I'm hunting the Kingslayer and need information. Will you help me?
I'd rather not reveal anything to the Dwan. Do you know Elder speech?
Mm-hmm.
De Thurmen en Rendan Fest. Ev de Sale emes up de Mevn.
Sea her.
En Ted verletho ken en stert dun vernea weft. Seret en ox wat gern est. Visse egen, erle egen, ken hat mer. Denna dar emen dun. Dak.
Ken denne der.
Denna ner sela vid de sala in est.
Teame. Ne segen hier.
Mekian behen ted fen esert. Seret ner ura jasen het.
Rathain. Que diables Rathain verderel.
Vesenet rothen den diarme elestrea hen.
Vekele ele.
Niame herf. Est.
Fuentes ken.
Den kean velt emer.
Vekean mit.
En hert ep kianje esme jes verf. Se e.
Mesem treach. Vafel.
Quen erle wat gern.
Nemesecht.
Oxen en seret est eleken. Veden emeth Gwynblade. Say it. The whole camp's gone berserk looking for the... Need some help, Mon?
I want to talk, dog of war.
I've heard much about you, Witcher.
Greetings. Is Henselt?
Curiosity itching you, Witcher.
You don't have to tell me if you don't.
Deathmole's given us silver-plated weapons and protective amulets. On your advice...
How many mercenaries?
I've got them spread out in small groups. And how many we number?
Since you're already watching it, pay attention to the size of it.
Well...
How fast?
It's almost imperceptible, but it's constant. A foot, perhaps 2 a day. What does that mean?
It means I have to hurry. Does Henselt pay his mercenaries well?
It's no secret a lump sum of 20,000 Novigrad crowns.
So the more of you die, the greater the take per head.
Yes.
Were you here 3 years ago, dear?
Bradley's Blue Banner was. They were decimated by mages. The survivors enlisted with us. They weren't eager to talk about it, and we didn't press them.
No lack of work for your kind.
Mercenary might just be the surest profession these days.
I heard you gained fame during the wars with Nilfgaard.
Our fees have doubled since the Battle of Brenna.
I wouldn't mind learning some details about Brenna from someone who played first fiddle there.
Constable Natalis commanded the Nordling. We earned every last copper we were paid. Like in every battle, it was a question of timing.
Must be fatiguing fighting all the time.
I took a little time off recently. Something along the lines of honeymoon. But I like my craft.
I knew one of your kind once. A woman by the name of Rayla.
Killed by an elf's treacherous arrow. She made a mistake. Let her emotions take control. This profession requires cold calculation.
The way I remember it is she just got shot randomly, but whatever.
Let's talk.
Go on.
Bartholomew Bargy sends his regards.
Bart Bargy. I remember him.
For a peasant. They say you're the strongest arm around here.
You wouldn't be talking to me other...
How's that?
During the Battle of Brenna, I got into a knife fight with a Nilfgaardian commander. As to say, he had the knife and I had my bare hands. I grabbed him by the wrist, but the blade kept coming towards my throat. He was strong, but lacked stamina. When I felt him weaken, I twisted his arm around and slit his throat. I've worked on my hands, wrists, and arms since then. They all come in handy in my profession.
Want to wrestle me?
To challenge Adam Pangret for the championship, you've got to beat the best contender. You've defeated them all.
Where are these coins from, if that was...
Let's...
Go on. As you're a witcher and I'm a mercenary, neither of us should wrestle for free.
I'm ready.
Lucky that Nilfgaardian at Brenna wasn't as strong as you. Or Adam Pangret would be a heap of white bones right now.
Lucky for you, we were only playing for coin.
I venture to say there's only one man who stands a chance against you. Numa.
Numa? What kind of name is that?
He's a circus artist. The mighty Numa, they call him. Apparently grips like a vice. Word has it he cheats.
How?
Performance-enhancing potions. The undetectable kind.
I'll be sure to seek him out someday.
You'd know best if he's using his muscles or alchemy.
We'll have to sit it out like hens on their pegs until this mist lifts.
It won't just disappear. They say only a spell.